Hi everyone, I'm out on the bike again today, as you can see. It's decent weather again, it's glorious weather. So, is Ash going to be now known as the fair weather biker? No, that's not going to happen. I promise you, as soon as we do get some terrible weather, I will brave it and get out, but never really enjoyed motorcycling unless the weather is like it is today. It's just about right today. It's maybe 18-19 degrees. Obviously there's a little bit of wind, we can see the flags up ahead, but it's the type of weather that most people do venture out on the bikes. Hi buddy. So yeah, what am I doing today? I'm out on a bike, not for a little bit of joy. Is he turning? Yep, I couldn't hear that there. So, mistakes. That's a real interesting point, that. That is a real interesting point about how soon the vehicle in front... I noticed obviously that he was moving over to the left, and I thought, is he turning? And when I'd checked and spotted the ambulance, I'd already gone past, I'd already committed. So that was a real interesting one. What does that say to you? It means you've got to be probably a little bit further away in your mirrors, even on a motorbike, for that situation. Brilliant, absolutely spot on. So lesson learned there. No excuses, just literally I just couldn't hear him with my helmet on. Now, how am I going to filter? I'm not going to filter across the crossing, but I am going to take up a position this side, and I am going to look to filter a little touch further up the road. So, I'm not overtaking anyone, totally fine. We can go around this. And now again, I've got to be very careful. I can clear the box filtering. I'm going to do this. I think so. It's one of the benefits of being on a motorbike. Notice the care. I've got to be careful here because I'm in a hatched area for people turning right. Is the BMW going to turn right? No, we're all good. Thank you, buddy. Sound. Maybe you should have waited there as well. That wasn't brilliant, Ash. So, a couple of mistakes straight from me off, but it's what it is. I'm happy to show these, like I always will. I should have probably held back there. Not should have. I should have held back and just appreciated more about the vehicle coming in towards that right turning box. I even mentioned it as well. It wasn't dangerous. The speed that I was at was, I could deal with it, but it was a little bit of inconvenience. Now, where am I going to go with the lorry coming? There's a little pocket. I think the best pocket for me to use is possibly here. I can still see the van driver. We're okay. No bothers. It's not filter time. But it might be after this. No one's coming out from the little side entrance. Yeah, another little pocket to get to. No one coming out of the road on that side. Is this one going to turn into this road? I'm just going to hold back here until I find out for certain. And we're good again. No problem. Be careful of people walking. I'm going to look for a little pocket where I can get back in. I think that's the place where I'm going. And it's timed nicely with the traffic lights. Okay. So assess whether this car is going to be a problem. No, they're not. Thank you. Now I've got to just be mindful of what's going on up ahead. Yeah, I'm all okay. The van driver's just held back. Okay, so I am going to push myself into little bits and bobs of filtering like that, and a couple of mistakes, if I was honest. I know we've just gone through them. First of all, with seeing the ambulance late, do you get into a mindset of no one's overtaken me when you're on a motorbike? Possibly. I'm not in that mindset, but I wasn't soon enough picking up on my mirrors. The other scenario with the filter lane, the protected right turn, I was just probably, because I'm not used to filtering, I'm probably just probably a little bit close, if I was honest. What I mean by that is looking a little touch close to where I am. I did honestly see the vehicle turning in a little late, shouldn't have, but I did. Is what it is. I'm taking the road near the test centre. Try and plan little spaces all the time. Vehicles could be to my right hand side here. The lady is also an issue. That's Ria, one of the examiners. Must have been out for a walk. Do not have to give her a priority there, so I'm going to go for this one. Okay, no issues. Yeah, that was a little awkward situation. Everyone was sort of at a little bit of a standoff. What was the examiner from Norris Green here? She was stood back of the pavement, so she was clearly communicating her intentions. So that's why I decided to communicate mine and make a little bit of a move. But yeah, these little mistakes, they will creep in on occasions. What I said about the right turn box with the filtering and the ambulance, and this is what I want to document. I want to make sure that these little bits that do happen to me with my experience in a car can then cause further issues when you start getting on two wheels. Okay, this one is going to use the right turn box, positioned, held back, not a problem. Out we go nice and early. I'm sure you've seen this roundabout on many occasions on my video. It's got flat sides, you can see that from here. We're taking that road that's directly in front, but because it's past the flat side, you must treat it as a right turn. There's a gap for me to go. Next corner's a little sharper, so I'm just slowing, gearing down, and then we'll have a signal to move off. Okay, so if you're taking an exit that's past the flat sides or past the rounded end, treat it like a right turn. No issues with me going through there. And off we go. So this is Lorenzo Drive coming up to Muirhead Avenue. We're heading up through West Derby. I'm not going to go on the motorway. There's not really that much to talk about when you're just sitting on a motorway. Cyclists are on a pavement to the left, just making sure they're not going to pop out, and because of the gap between me and the lights, it's likely that these lights could change. No one's crossing the path either, so we're all good. I am through the first set, little look side to side. I am through, little look side to side, no issues. Actually surprised me a little that they stayed. Pedestrians are okay, slightly walking over towards where I was. It's all okay, blue one's fine. Now I've got a meeting situation. I'm going to accommodate and communicate nice and early to the oncoming vehicle that they've got no issues with continuing past, and that allows a nice early flow by everyone. The lady on the left hand side wasn't going to be a massive deal. She wasn't in a car, she wasn't going to move quickly. She was heading back towards the pavement, no issue. It was not a surprise either. Here, narrowing in the road, all good. At a speed where I could easily stop, no issues. Crossing, both sides, all okay. We've got the junction to the left. It's just a white van, silver van, sorry. That's okay. No problems to the side. This blue one, been seeing, just had to make sure because I was stuck behind the bus stop there for a little second. So look for little things that might make your view obscured. I am going to hold back and let the learner go if no one else does. No, they've done it. That's okay. I might even do the same with the bus. Because if we look at the traffic, we're just going to get ahead to queue. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold back here. I'm going to let the bus come through, and then I'm going to reassess. You're quite all right, my friend. You need to be encouraged to use the buses a little bit more, so if they can be a more efficient service by keeping flowing, that's my mindset. And as you can see, it didn't affect my journey time whatsoever. So we are going ahead. Not going to filter here. Lights are obviously on green. Is this guy crossing? Again, I'm just going to accommodate. I'm going to come to a stop rather than try and balance that one out. That's probably something I probably would have done on the car. I would have gone slower and kept moving. On a bike, you can still do it, but less so. It's not worth a filter. It's too narrow, not enough space. I'm just going to position here slightly, a little bit more commanding view. I'm going to select neutral. Ooh, that was a little bit of a jump across traffic. There we go, found neutral in the end. Okay, went for my visor again. Forget I've got my sunglasses on. Okay, gap in the traffic. What's going on? There we go. A couple of people have commented about my lifesavers, that they're not sufficient. They are. What I've done over the years, I've learned to utilise peripheral vision. I don't just use peripheral vision, but when I check my shoulder, like now, I'm using peripheral vision and there's enough of view around through my visor for me to check all of that blind area. And how you can check whether you are checking enough is use the outside right hand side on your right hand mirror and see the nearest thing you can see, and then make sure you cover at least that in the check that you're doing, and then you are covering all of your shoulder area. All right, not many people are going to be as anal over it as I am with that, but it is one simple way that you can check it. Now I'm just going to drop a gear, just labouring a little. I'm going to see whether I can take my time getting to this crossing so I can arrive when it changes, which is easily been done. This is the road, unfortunately, where young Bobby got run over. He's the young child who has sparked the Slow Down for Bobby campaign in Merseyside, where around school zones you'll see the banners, and rightly so. It shouldn't have to be the case, but I'm always thinking ideology, it's the ideal situation all the time. That's where the poor kid got hit and killed and lost his life. Yeah, I am very idealistic. People should think school, kids out, lower my speed, but people don't. Let's see how Gary's doing. Gary's an instructor who I recently trained. He won't recognise me on this, so I'm not going to wave to him. But hello, Gary. And we're coming out of the 20 section, so I'm tucked in on the left. And I'm going to head round to the left as well. No bothers. Nice and open junction. Don't even have to slow down. I'm going to left signal. Crossing's okay. We're good. People on the right aren't any issue. Build a little more speed again. No problems. So the skills that I do possess in the car do transfer a majority of the bits. But like we've seen, it's these extra bits that I'm after discovering and finding out and learning from, and obviously passing them across to everyone. That's okay, thank you. The hand up after a beep is always important. No issues with that. I still could have stopped. I was aware of behind, a slightly altered position, no bothers. Just going to have a little look around here, taking up a position slightly to the left. It does a couple of things here. It helps view, but it also allows flow around the parked cars to that right hand side. So we're okay there. Coming up to a main road, there's no issues as far for now at this junction. I'm all good. I'm going to turn right. There's a couple of little side entrances, so we're not going to signal. It looks as though there's only the one vehicle for now. They're saying that the red one has appeared down the far end. Because I'm turning right, I'm trying to find out early, which is the last vehicle that I'm waiting for. And it's the red one for now. The van's okay behind. So, anticipate the lights changing, and then work out who's going to be the final one. Now the lights going to clear or change? Yes, they are. So, 4 vehicles. If one turns without a signal, it could be my turn. We're all good. I am going to keep this just creeping. Little blind spot. And away we go. I don't want to glide across that join in the road, not on a motorbike. I want to make sure I do it positively. I think if you glide across, there's a higher chance of having issues. Is that like, never ridden across them to be honest, but is that like tram lines? Anyone who rides a motorbike, please tell me. Pretty obviously for me, yes, because they've got the bigger gap, but it's sort of what I'm thinking now with that join in the road. Lights could change, yes they do. Cyclist was fine. We're all good. Bus is the next thing, obviously. I am going to leave it in first this time as well, because there's a gap in the traffic to my right. Pedestrians haven't pressed the button. Is it going to be us? Yes, it is. I'm going to hold back and let the bus. I'm just keeping to this side and just kept slow, just for a little moment. Again, communication with the bus driver. I will get my chance to go past this guy in a second. And always try and look in. Way of anticipating buses. There's many scenarios to be honest. Look inside the bus and look for the stopping light. It's down at the front near the driver or sometimes on the top deck, and when that's been pressed you can see whether that has been the case. There are people at the bus stop holding a hand out, so it's definitely stopping. And I've already taken up a position to go past. Buses are people magnets, just be ready. I decided to go over that grid there just because of honestly the positioning needed from the bus. And even here, interesting positioning for me. I'm just taking up this spot on this left side of my lane, position 1 in the right hand lane to communicate and to say to people coming back. This one to the right, we've been seeing there was a little blind spot issue there just with the distance we were away, so pick up on that as well. Appreciate A-pillar blind spots. Well, I say it all the time but people don't. I feel like having a little look in. It's probably seen me on the channel and thinking, why is that motorcyclist riding so sensibly? I think my registration was on the channel at one point. I think I did have a video with it on, but it's not as well known as my car. My car gets spotted all around the country, but that guy was having a little look in. You may be a follower of the channel. If you are, if you see this, please comment and say that was you. But nice driving by that guy as well, because he held back, gave me space, was never pressurising. And don't forget, I'm always going to do this sticking to the speed limits. I'm going to make sure that, that's the case. Given it from a motorcyclist perspective, quite happy with the private high going past. That's why I've taken up this position as well. Stall in front. Yeah, that's all right. Just hang on. I'm in no rush. You're all right, mate. So what that stall comes from is a little bit of a lack of anticipation. It's reacting off the lights as opposed to know it's going to happen. But if you're rushing away yourself too much, I'm going to do an overtake here as well. I'm not going to go past until they've cleared the crossing. I'm going to make a little bit of progress. But yeah, if you rush away yourself, you're then actually putting yourself at bigger danger, because it's the rush and then the people behind then potentially go into you. Now I'm just sat a little bit in their blind spot, not fully, you can still see him in the mirror. I just wanted to drop away there because I decided to get on with it. That's my chance to get past and through, and now I'm reducing for the lights I've been seeing. I'm all good. I am going to come back in, but just not quite yet. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to go a different way. I am going to turn right at the second lights. So these could well change, yes they do. And I'm going to position now. I'm not going to turn right here, but it is at the lights further up that I'm going to turn. So no issues with me being here. I'm going to wait just in first gear, just for a little bit, just until I'm protected behind. Still keep an eye on the traffic, and like I've alluded to already in this video, watch your mirrors more. So own your own mistakes. I'm a big believer in that as well. Don't worry about making them. If you survive, it's a result. But then do your utmost going forward to stop it from happening again. So if you're doing a right turn this early, nothing wrong with putting the right signal on. Just again, communicates with people that they're totally fine passing you on the left hand side, if especially the light's going ahead. We're on red. Or sorry, we're on green. No problems. So here, I'm a little more protected. I think I would feel happy here, having a little shuffle, neutral, relaxing, foot in the back brake, and chill. Give your arms a little bit of a rest. Still suffering a little bit with achy hands and arms because I'm not used to doing this, but I suppose that gets better with time. We're all good. 30 limit off the 40. So I'm just going to pick different little areas and different little routes to go and have a little explore. See if anything gets like thrown up on the bike that makes it a little bit more awkward, whereas in the car it wouldn't be an issue. So yeah, we're all good. We're still all recording, thankfully. No issues around there. The park is something that you should be looking out for, because it's the school holidays, pretty obviously, weather's nice, and then potentially the kids are going to be out. But there was nothing there, it was all fine. Lights side to side. Again, I've just waited in first gear this time, just in case there's an issue. Watch the Audi closely. She was okay. I would be happy putting it into neutral now. but we've probably come to the end of the sequence. I think I've just spotted a light on that far right side. It's more difficult in the brightness, but there is a gap in the traffic. Sound. Come on, lights. Pedestrian time. No problems. I'm going to go ahead. Again, taking my time. There's a pedestrian time. No. We're good. I'm just going to put my lid down. It's a little windy. Or my visor, I should say. Just with the open section there. Do I feel something flapping on me there? No. Must have just been the reverberation of the wind. No issues. It's okay. Nothing going on really. We'll talk about my time as a Highton Prescott Golf Club member. I used to be a member. I got sent a letter about a disciplinary. I was playing with one of my old teammates from LFC, and we were stuck behind a 4-ball. So me and Jonah were playing. Hiya Jonah, if you ever tune in. We got fed up with them not letting us through, so we pinged a drive, not at them, but in their direction, and bounced it probably about 15 yards away from the guy, and he made a complaint. So they sent me a disciplinary letter and told them to go and shove the membership. So that was me finished playing golf for a long while. Did go back to it a little bit, but haven't played for a number of years again. Right, let's have a little look at this. Vision's pretty poor to the right. Just got to make sure no one's flying out, and now making sure no one's coming from the other way. We're all good. So yeah, I think you realise, most of you, that really at heart I'm a little shit. And even within the transformation of how I use the roads, I was not born this road user. It's totally and utterly taught by myself generally, because I do what I'm doing today and owning my own mistakes, but instinctively I'm not like this. So left turn at the roundabout, drop a gear, looks pretty open. I'm arriving before the black one, so no issues with that. I wanted to make sure to avoid the grid as well, a little bit wider on that exit, but it was purposefully done. Try and avoid these. Not so bad today because of the weather. It still can be a little bit slippy, but just appreciate when motorcyclists are going round those grids. So silver one, notice when I'm doing my slow, so the silver one can be finished and then I can flow through. I don't even think I'm going to signal to exit with that one. Nothing to avoid. I did a pretty good job already with the different pieces of road marking and surface. I'm going to turn right at this roundabout. Yeah, drop a gear. When am I arriving? I can go before that one as well. No issue. Checking everything out. Absolutely everything. No issues. The left signal would be a benefit there. It helped that. Lady I'm going to accommodate. She had a little bit of a stroll, but just fix it. Just sort it. No problems. It's always going to be busy in an area where you've got a supermarket and a retail park, so look out for people. The weather's nice, so people are going to be out. Don't forget, it's our job to look out for people like that as well. There's no issues if you have to. It's just a part of your job as a road user. All good there. Again, I'm not going to signal. Bus could have come out, crossing area, it's not been activated, no one's walked up to it, we're fine. Nothing from the delivery entrance of the M&S. Car to the right. I don't think there was many blind spot issues or A-pillar blind spot issues there, but always look out for them, like I said. What we like. Yeah, we can go again. Mercedes is the issue. Round the grid, Mercedes is fine. Done. Okay. Not a bad little section. Quite a lot going on. No point filtering. Okay, what do we do here? Yeah, again, neutral, a little shuffle. Okay. Again, don't zoom off, because then if someone stalls or if someone turns, you get to act in a smoother manner. So we're all okay. So, fingers crossed for Owen. He's going to be back in about 25 minutes. We haven't got that long before we get to St Helens Test Centre. Owen's a pretty decent standard. He has been all the way through, to be honest. Check out, there was a viewers video. There's a few on the membership side of things where I've done a little bit of the training with Owen. He's a very good standard, off his own back as well. It doesn't often happen, but he's generally as good as people get. But he did do a drive like a viewer a few years back. I originally know Owen. He phoned up, or he got in touch and asked for an interview when he was in uni. He did the interview. I've just kept in touch, and now he's trained to be a driving instructor. He's not giving up his job in journalism. He's just adding something for professional development. He probably will use it, but he's not giving up his job, which is sensible at the minute. So bus could come out. I've got an escape route. One fella's getting on it. Ooh. False gear change there. I think that was my fault than the bike. Didn't quite engage it properly. I snatched at that one a little. I was just trying to get it in before the time where I had to do anything, and that's actually really important. On a bike though, less so, because I should have literally just left it in lower gear, kept the engine revs high, and just changed gear after the event. So again, another little mistake. Analyse them yourself, analyse your own riding. Okay, so hopefully you'll get what I mean about that. When visor's still up, Ashley. Hopefully you'll get what I mean about that, because in a car what you need to do, you've got to make sure that you're picking the correct times to do gear changes to suit. I know you can rev out a car a little more as well, no issues, but on a bike it's less important, to be fair. This thing revs to 9,000 revs and it's not even a high revving bike. So make sure your gear changes don't interrupt dealing with risk. So here, no gear change, just leave it, even though it could go up to a higher one. That higher gear and the extra revs also gives you more flexibility to slow down, or in fact to accelerate out of things. So just be mindful of that. Now change. No issues. Lack of space up ahead. Just now going to position out just to be seen a little bit more. I've always got my lights on, automatic on my Tiger. Oh, a trike. Hello. Bitch, didn't say hello back. I'm only joking, by the way. One behind's not an issue. You're okay, mate, you can cross if you want. Okay. So, side to side, haven't been. Pins and needles in my hand. Does that happen often to everyone? Or is it just me because I'm messed? I don't know. It goes pretty quick. It's just random, to be fair. Yeah, gap in the traffic. Maybe not quite yet. Don't think it's going to be pedestrians. No, it wasn't. And how could you work that out? It's because they won't get a go to go through every single sequence. They'll let all the traffic go and then have another go. So, I'm going to hook a left. I'm going to keep him first. Back foot on the brake. And we're ready to move off. Probably could have anticipated it a little bit and maybe stuck it in neutral, but we were safe as we were. How would that go on any of the advanced stuff, peeps? Are they that rigid, or are they pretty flexible in their approach, IAM and ROSPA? Interested in the comments. Well, that's okay. Just going to adjust. Yeah, we are through. Position for best view. And we're good. That one. No, good. Ready to deal with it if anything happens. And that one. And now I'm happy. Now I'll get the gear. Okay. This one's a little close behind. Not an issue. I can still manage it. Not going to be pushed on. But remember, my speedo does say a little faster than we're actually doing. I think my camera's shut off, so what I am going to do a little touch further up is just see whether I can get it on. I can probably do it here at these lights, however there's not much from this side. I'm going to see whether I can quickly do it. There's a little bit of a gap. Neutral, camera on. Oh no, where's the button? There it is, opposite way round. Still haven't turned it on. It said abnormal file size. Doesn't like recording sometimes for long periods. Anyway, it should be alright. Don't faff with anything that you're doing, whether it be a sat nav, whether it be settings on the bike. Don't faff with stuff when you've got stuff to do. Notice the point that I picked to do that. A safer option would always be to stop and deal with that, but if your anticipation's good enough with what's going on, and I was watching the traffic around the junction intensely, you should still be able to deal with it. Okay, so I'm going ahead at the roundabout. Am I arriving at the decision point for anyone? No, just had to check that road out to the right. No signals required. It's not helping the cyclist. There was no one else about. So we're all good. Position here is pretty obviously out to the right for best view to be seen as well. Slowed just in case there was a problem. There isn't. Remember, you've always got that ability to go quicker after. Compromised my positioning a little wider because there was a couple of inspection grids, and you've got to do that. Now, what's that one doing? It's holding back. Thank you. So remember, hold back until you're certain. Coming into Thatto Heath, does change to a 20 limit a little bit further up. I know this road. Signs are pretty rubbish. Look at that one over there. That one could be hidden, and that one is hidden. Is what it is. Just deal with it. So what am I saying to the blue car at this moment in time? Happy to share. No issues. Like I said, communicate with people. I am going to turn right. Now, there's a little bit of a awkward situation here because I am going to turn right, but it's when to get yourself across. I'm just going to sort of stay here, I think. Just because people turning round, I don't want to be too close to that central line. So there's got to be reasons why you do things, why you alter what you do. I'm now going to position a little closer to allow these vehicles behind a little more room to pass through, which it gives them. Exit road's clear, Polestar's not an issue. Avoid the grid. Cancel my signal. Still a 20 limit. And out the other side. Don't know how long my camera is not recording for. Anyway, apologies. Found it does that on occasions. A little bit annoying. Anyway, we still should have this one on my chin, and we've still got audio. I attach the audio into my helmet pretty obviously, and I've got a DJI mic in my top left hand pocket on the inside. That's what the wire is. It's an easy way to do it. People have asked me how I get the voice as I do on these motorcycle vlogs. Okay, again, some poor road surface, just staying wide for view. If I can take my time, the black Kia was going to be finished. No issues. What I will do, I think I'll head up a little touch further. What was that? A little bit of a crunch. I don't know what that sounded like. I don't know. Is it something that I've flicked up in the brake? It's sort of like reverberated through my my back brake. I'll have a little test of that when we get a little bit further up. Again, we've seen a pedestrian cross. I didn't pay attention to whether she'd pressed the button. The kids are going. I'm just thinking whether it's going to be pedestrian cycle or our cycle. They're going to the left. Still going to keep in first gear. Is it pedestrian zone or time? No, it's us. So before we go much further, let's have a little look at the back brake. No, it feels alright. I've got no idea what it was. Anyway, what we will do a little bit further up, I think, we'll go and have a little look at the faster merge. I'm going to go and merge onto the linkway a little bit further up here. And it is quite a short slit road. It's not an issue on a bike because you've got that ability to change speed. But, let's have a little go. So, how do you treat mistakes that you make? You get hacked off with yourself, or you just totally ignore them, don't analyse them? Maybe that's what dash cameras can be used for. White one, is it going to go after the grey one? Look for gaps in that opposite traffic to see when people could go. But yeah, how do you deal with your mistakes? I think I've made it pretty clear today about how I deal with things. Always trying to analyse. So I'm slow enough, I've given myself acceleration room, no one coming. No issues. But then we're back down to a 30 again. So I'll just deal with a few little roundabouts coming into St Helens. We'll have a little look at these and then we'll wrap it up. I'm going ahead following for the town centre. There are 2 lanes, so always aware of what's happening behind. That's one of my little things that I've worked on today, isn't it? That even though you think a motorbike I'm going to be a little bit quicker away, always be ready and looking in your mirrors a little bit more. This is a funny roundabout, this, because people can come all the way around the outside. It's a little bit of a strange one. Just keep an eye on everyone around. Yeah, he's looking to go behind me. Some people say you've got to give way to pedestrians when you set foot on the road. You have, but you've also got to look at what they're doing. Don't be so wooden with your approach. It's not black and white. He was obviously crossing behind me. I would have interrupted his flow if I would have slowed there. So after the Fiesta is what I'm looking at. Yeah, no issues. I'm just going to stay put as well. Don't have to be bombing it. Cool. And we are going to the right at this roundabout to head towards the test centre. Let's have a little look. Where do we want to be with the lorry? Not next to him, so I was balancing my emerge with that Mondeo and I was just looking at where I wanted to be with the lorry. It protected my turn quite nicely there, to be honest, because of where I was in relation to them. Just sitting on that back shoulder without being next to, if anyone was going to emerge unsafely, it weren't going to be a problem with me, because I've got to get, or to me, because I've got to get through the lorry first. Okay, so we have another little roundabout to do. Both of these can go a 5/8 east. Again, I'm not going to be next to the lorry. I'd rather be here. I know you've got a chance of getting out and done. Not an issue to me. Not a problem. Keep an eye on people here. Lorry's took up a good position. She's coming in out or out after me. This red one. No, I am going to left signal. It's an awkward one, that though. And see the lights and turn left, and we've got the test centre coming up. So it's time to wrap this one up. Thanks a lot for staying tuned in until I got to the end. I think what we've taken from this video is own your mistakes. We all make them, but do we all fix them? Maybe not. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.